Hello, YouTube. Bear with me for a second here. Alright, here we go. It's 61 hours and 25 minutes. This is Saturday, so I'm driving home on Saturday. I know I haven't been working Saturdays, but too much shit left unfinished. I don't feel like walking in that door Monday morning with all that shit to do. And this is really the first Saturday. Come on, motherfucker. God damn. This is really the first Saturday I've worked. I got a raise a couple of weeks ago. And this is the first time I've got 60 hours. What the fuck is this guy doing? Jesus Christ, man. That's the first time I got 60 hours with the raise. So, fucking, cha-ching. I don't know, just two things I wanted to talk about. Not very important things. Personal things. I was standing outside for a little while today. Just watching the idiots cut the lawn. I don't even know why they're cutting the lawn if grass ain't growing no more. But there's a little ditch there where the plant is. And they're in that ditch weed whacking. Again, I don't know why there's nothing in there. And it just made me think of, you know, when I was a kid, and even now, you give me a ditch with some fucking water in it, and maybe some cattails, depending on where you're at. Hell, if you're up north, there'll be lily pads growing in there and everything. You give me a ditch on a nice hot day, and maybe there's some frogs and some tadpoles, some water boatmen, them little beetles that go whirling around. And, hell, you're gonna find a snake there hunting frogs. And, you know, that environment just never ceases to just amaze me, and I can stay there all fucking day. When I was a kid, man, I'd come home or go back to the hotel we were staying in or whatever, and I'd come back with my shoes all wet. And, you know, my mom would be, "Why you got your fucking shoes wet?" Simple things like that, I just love it, you know. Give me a couple of coffee cans, one of those cheap ass little nets, which I still, if I go to the gas, I got one in my back seat right now, the real cheap, little thin, like bamboo pole, and the cheap ass green mesh. If I see them in the gas station, I buy those little nets. My grandma, she used to, we'd get there, they had a place up north, pretty close to where my cabin is, and she'd say, "John, I got lots of jars for you." They saved up their jars all year because I'd take them and fill them with bugs and fucking tadpoles, whatever. But for a moment there today, I'm watching these idiots, and I'm thinking about, for a moment I got transported to my youth. And I was thinking about a hot day with a ditch, you know, with maybe 6 inches of water in it, getting sunburned. And I thought to myself, you know what? I've almost lost that wonder. I'm working way too fucking much, and I've almost lost that wonder of things like that. And just for a split second there, man, I thought I was going to tear up or something. And I never do that. And then, for another split second, I thought, you know what? I'm close to a religious experience here. About as close as it ever comes for me nowadays. But it passed. And so the second thing I want to talk about is the closest I ever came to a religious experience. And I think a lot of people you can starve yourself, get a religious experience, or you can overdose on drugs and get a religious experience. Mine was the second way. I'm going to tell you the story. We used to go into the Smokies all the time when we were kids. We had a blast, you know. We'd take 2 cars, put one at the top, one at the bottom. And so our hike would be primarily downhill. And this time, here I was thinking there was only 2 of us, but no, it's not that there was only 2 of us, it's just that we had split up. Me and my buddy Billy, and I had bought some mescaline. And the mescaline was like in a plastic bag. It was the very last bit of probably somebody had 1,000 hits in that bag. And so I gave Billy the one intact hit and about a half of one. And I said, fuck it, I'll take this powder that's in there. And I don't think I really took a good enough look at that powder that was in there. And I just swallowed it down. I don't know if it was a whole fuckload. It was probably between 4 and 5 hits. Some of you might be thinking, well, hell, that ain't that much. But it's more than I'm used to taking. I think 2 would be maximum for me. And I took that shit and I started getting off. And, you know, very soon I started getting fucked up. And I'm like, whoa, I need to, first thing I need to do is throw up. So I threw up. And the second thing you got to do is you got to eat something. Jesus fucking Christ, man. What a fucking asshole. The guy just went right in front of me. Fucking, you know. Way to keep track, you fucking asshole. God damn. The second thing you got to do is eat something. And I went and ate. Fucking all we had was like freeze-dried spaghetti. And I ate that freeze-dried spaghetti. But I'm sitting there all fucked up out in the mountains. And it starts hitting me that I'm going to have a religious experience here, you know. And I said, you know, I still had enough of my wits about me to say, no, I don't want a religious experience. I may be out of my mind on drugs, but I still know what's real and what ain't. And I guess, long story short, I did not have a religious experience. Me and my buddy Billy, we were both atheists. He's not anymore. He had some kind of an experience. The poor guy was laying on the couch with his wife. And his wife dropped dead. He didn't know it. She had a problem with pain pills. And she OD'd on pain pills right in his arms. So he's had dreams and everything about her coming back, and he's kind of changed his mind. Oh well. Humans have always had a real hard time figuring out causation. They don't know what causes things, and they ascribe them to the supernatural, you know. He's still a nice guy. He lives in Florida now. I think he's pretty fucking lonely down there too. I couldn't stand it, man, when I lived in Florida. Last night and today is real cold here. And, I don't know, man, you just fill your lungs with that cold air. That shit's coming off the top shelf, man. That's some good shit. In the summer, I miss the winter. And of course, in the winter, it's the other way around. I miss the summer. But right now, the winter is, you know, just beginning, and I'm looking forward to some snow. That's it. I went on way too long.